Good morning, Gators. Yesterday, I sent out some information via ParentLink to all students and parents regarding grading for the second semester. We received guidance late Wednesday night that students' third quarter grades would also be their fourth quarter grades, and that no semester exam would be given. So that means that whatever your third quarter grade is will be your semester grade, and therefore it will determine if you earn that credit or not. Also, yesterday I gave our teachers May 13th as the deadline to stop accepting work for grade corrections. So, students, if you have work that you need to get in to make alterations to your third quarter grade, you have 14 school days, including today, to get that work turned in so that teachers can evaluate it and change your grade if necessary. A couple of you have asked again about whether or not the work we're currently being given or that you are being given is required or not. Let me be clear, it is optional. However, I have told teachers that they have the freedom to use some of the work being given currently as alternatives to resubmitting work previously done. You need to work with your individual teachers in those instances. It doesn't mean that teachers have to do that, only that they may consider it as an option. We did also receive a little guidance on graduation yesterday. We don't have any timetable for that event, as that will be determined in large part by the governor's decision about social distancing and public events and so forth. We are inching closer to some resolution in that regard, but we're still a long ways from being ready to make any announcements yet. We do have to start the process of closing up the school very soon. Today, all students will be receiving a Google form asking about items that they need to get, yearbooks, etc., or to return, books and instruments. Please make sure that you fill that form out so that we can get that process organized and make it as efficient as possible and avoid having you make multiple trips to the school building. Part of that process is the senior checkout system, and typically that is done in person by the students, and they have to interact with a lot of people, teachers, banker, the registrar, etc., to complete that process. We are working on a way to conduct this process virtually, and we should have that ready next week sometime. Senior fines is another issue that we're going to be working on as well, so stay tuned for more information about that next week. I did have a question from a parent yesterday about graduation announcements. The last time I talked to our Joslyn's rep, he said that those would be mailed directly to you. The school is no longer in possession of those items, so we can't distribute them anyway. I will reach out to our rep again today to confirm that they have been sent out, and if not, then I'll get more clarification about that. As regards summer school, here's what I know. Green Valley will be offering credit recovery during the summer as we always do. It is possible that we will offer some classes for original credit as well, such as health, but we'll have to see about numbers for that option. We will be using Apex and or Edgenuity for credit recovery purposes. I think it's highly likely that summer school will be conducted via distance learning. But fortunately, Apex and Edgenuity platforms make it very easy for us to continue on in pretty similar fashion to the way we've done credit retrieval in the past. We'll have more information about summer school, I would think, in the next week or so. As I said yesterday, we had a lot of students qualify for All-State and Band, Choir, and Orchestra. And I'd like to take just a minute to recognize those students for their hard work and earning this distinction. So in choir, congratulations to Gabby Arellano, James Creer, Mara Davis, who was a section leader, Sophia DeLima, Kylie Fairless, Ben Gardner, Elizabeth Gardner, Jacob Gardner, who's also a section leader, Ann Grell, Samantha Levering, Carolyn Martin, Max Martin, Molly Martin, Rocio Martinez Karam, Peyton McInnes, also a section leader, Porter Melgar, Maya Murdoch, Henry Wynn, Nina Ompok, Alicia Ortega, Trey Rios Vargas, Kevin Shin, William Slater, Brendan Stevens. Congratulations to all of those amazing people in our choir program. For band, Eduardo Avalar Avila, Austin Wynn, Noah Soto, Kiete Metki, I hope I got your name right, Eli Makaji, Jesse Ellison, Nevaeh Touche, Nick Roosh, and Gordon Courtney. And we did have 3 people in that list who were principal chairs, so kind of like section leader, and that was Austin Wynn, Eli McCaugey, and Nick Roosh. Orchestra, we had 3 people. 2 of them I mentioned yesterday. Madeline Ho was the only one that wasn't on that list yesterday, and then we also had Shyler McCaugey and Grace Ride, and Grace was first violin. So congratulations to all of those people, an amazing accomplishment, not easy to do, and we're very proud of all of you. As far as today's message, I'd like to borrow some words from Winston Churchill, the great Prime Minister of England who led his country through the darkness of World War II and inspired millions with his staunch determination to defeat Nazi Germany. Upon taking office at the outset of the aggression by the Germans against his beloved country, Churchill stared into the abyss of despair and found the words to rally his people to continue the fight and to never doubt for a second that they would prevail. In his first speech to his people, he said, "If you're going through hell, keep going." Simple, yet eloquent. Those words constitute a primer for surviving any tough set of circumstances. It doesn't matter the obstacle, or to reflect back to my message from a week or so ago, the size of the dragon. It only matters that you keep going. I know that you feel like you're going through hell right now because of all that's being taken away from you. But there will be better days in our future. Days when we can gather and tell stories about how we survived quarantine and how it changed us in some ways. Days when we can celebrate, albeit belatedly, and exchange hugs and smiles and handshakes. That day is not now, and nor is it just around the corner. We've got a ways to go still. But, as Mr. Churchill said, just keep going. That's how we get there. And remember, we got this. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.